Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Throne of Eldraine is right around the corner and we need to learn as much as we can about this set before it comes out. This week we're going to be talking about the mechanics. We have 3 new mechanics in Throne of Eldraine, so let's go ahead and jump right in. The first new mechanic we are going to be talking about is Adventure. Adventure cards are split cards represented by the text box being split in half. The left side of the text box represents the Adventure side of the card. The right side of the text box represents the creature and any abilities or flavor text the creature has. When a card with Adventure is in your hand, you have 2 options to cast it. The first option is to cast the card as a creature, ignoring the Adventure side of the card. The other way you can cast it is by casting it from the Adventure side. If you do, the card goes on the stack as the Adventure. The Adventure side of the card is always going to be an instant or sorcery. As long as the Adventure resolves, the card is then placed in exile. You may then cast the creature side of the card from exile. It should be noted that you may only cast Adventures from your hand. You may not cast Adventures from exile, and the Adventure is not an ability you can activate on the creature. It should also be noted that when the card is in exile, it should be in an exile pile separate from your typical exile cards. The reason for this is because you can cast the Adventure from exile, so you need to figure out a way you can represent that on the board. Wizards of the Coast has provided us with an On an Adventure token, which is meant to represent the exile zone specifically for Adventure cards. Overall, Adventure seems like a pretty good mechanic. It feels like a built-in 2-for-1 for every single card that has an Adventure, because you have not only the instant or sorcery on the card, but then you have the creature body as well. The mechanic overall looks strong, and I'm excited to start testing it out. The next mechanic we're going to be talking about is Adamant. Adamant is an ability that rewards you for casting the card with 3 mana of a specific color. If you meet the requirements for Adamant, you typically earn a bonus effect for doing so. These bonus effects can be one of 2 types. The first type of bonus is an effect added to the original card effect. This is shown on cards like Turn into a Pumpkin. Turn into a Pumpkin is a 4 mana instant that says, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. It then goes on to say, if you used at least 3 blue mana to cast this spell, create a food token. This card is an example of the Adamant ability giving you an additional effect from the card's original effects. The other type of bonus Adamant provides is a replacement effect. This can be seen on cards like Slaying Fire. Slaying Fire is a 3 mana instant that deals 3 damage to any target. Slaying Fire also has the Adamant ability that reads, if at least 3 red mana were spent to cast this spell, it deals 4 damage instead. So if you cast Slaying Fire with red, Slaying Fire deals 4 damage to any target instead of the 3 damage. This is an example of a replacement bonus that the Adamant ability can provide. Adamant overall looks like a powerful ability for decks that have a supportive mana base. I feel like if you're going more than 2 colors, you may struggle to achieve the Adamant requirements, but if you're confident in your mana base, I say go ahead and use these cards for their fullest potential. Last on our list of new mechanics is Food. Food is a mechanic that is a little more simple than the previous mechanics we talked about, but it's still a pretty powerful one. There are cards in Throne of Eldraine that create food tokens. A food token is an artifact food that says, pay 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life. Some of the cards we see create food tokens are cards like the new Planeswalker Oko Thief of Crowns. Oko's +2 ability reads the simple text of create a food token. Now many people will look at the food mechanic and shrug because they think it's one of the weaker mechanics, but I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily true. Food matters and food is powerful. There are cards in this set that use food tokens to give bonuses and trigger effects. Some of these cards are Gilded Goose, who uses food tokens to create mana, Insatiable Appetite, which gives you an extra boost if you sacrifice a food token when you cast it, and also Savvy Hunter, which creates food tokens when it attacks, but you can also sacrifice 2 food tokens to draw a card. One neat thing about the food mechanic is food is not only based on the tokens. We see the food mechanic on actual Throne of Eldraine cards as well. Ginger Brew and Golden Egg are 2 examples of the food mechanics being on actual cards. Both of these cards are artifact foods in addition to their other types, and both have the food text that says pay to tap, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life. Overall, I feel like the food mechanic is a great value mechanic. Gaining 3 life is super helpful when facing aggressive strategies in both limited and constructed. Being able to piece together additional bonuses by sacrificing food for other cards is always a great feeling as well. I'm really hoping to see food in Standard, mainly because I want to see how many people stack up a bunch of Oreos on their playmats to represent the food tokens. But in all seriousness, I really think food is a powerful mechanic if used correctly, and I think it gives a lot of versatility to certain decks. Overall, I think Throne of Eldraine is shaping up to be a powerful set. I cannot wait to see the impact it has on Standard and all the new decks running around. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to hear from you. What do you think of the 3 new mechanics? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you think one is more powerful than the other? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button to let us know. I really enjoy making content for all of you, and seeing the growth in followers really helps me continue doing what I do. And with that, that's all I have today, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.